Hello, hello. Hello there. This is going to be a different kind of live stream. I hope you can hear me okay. Let me know if my sound is not coming through. But this has been an intense week for me and people on my team. We have been holding a camp for kids in Norway, in Oslo, Norway. And today was the last day. So I'm here by myself in a huge, not huge, but pretty big hall where they do events at a really cool gaming center in Oslo. And I thought before I end the day or the week and take some rest, because it's been pretty intense this week. Um, yeah, like 7, 8 hours with kids, and then 7, 8 hours of work afterwards to prepare for tomorrow and other projects going on. So next week I'm going to be recharging. But I think when you're in something and you've just finished it, it's better to finish up these things now rather than try to get back into the same headspace in a week when you have forgotten a lot and your body is not in that state. So that's a little trick I use when I'm creating content or stuff. I'll just like batch it up and do several in one time, one day, and it saves you a lot of time. So I see some people coming in on the stream. I'm live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X and Instagram. So uh, let me know if you have comments. I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff today because I have been interacting with kids and parents, and it's been a lot of like talking about education and today's generation and video games. And I see the numbers going up a lot. Hey, everyone. I'm doing a stream now because it's the end of the camp I've been doing. If you don't know, I spend some of my time teaching kids. And this week I have been in Oslo, Norway, which is my home country. And I have been together with the other people on my team teaching kids uh, how to use computers, basically. I've been teaching kids that have been as young as 8 years old up to 11, 12 that have never used a computer before to go from using iPads. I have an iPad here I can show you. iPad like this one, which they all have, and going from using this to actually using a computer, and how to actually go from consuming most of the time to creating on a computer. And it's been very interesting. I've been doing it for a while. I've been doing it for 9 years actually, but last year I discovered through some people, actually, it wasn't my idea. Someone that I know wanted to pay me some money to teach his grandson Roblox Studio, which is, I'll look at the camera, I guess, which is a program that allows you to create Roblox games. And Roblox is the biggest game in the world. It's not really a game, it's a platform that consists of many games. And most people play games on Roblox. If you have kids, you know what Roblox is because everyone's playing it. If you don't have kids, you probably don't know. Search it up. It's the biggest game in the world. It has 151 million daily active users. Daily active users, meaning these people are spending hours every single day. Total users is even more. So it's a huge thing. Kids spend anywhere from 2-3 hours to 10 hours a day on it. A lot of the games are maybe not the best thing for a child's brain to be consumed by, but it is what it is. I mean, I resisted it for a very long time. I knew about Roblox Studio, and I didn't think it was a proper teaching tool, but I was completely wrong because it's the most efficient teaching tool that I have found in my 9 years of doing this teaching, trying to teach kids. Um, and the proof is that when I used to have game development courses before, I would use something like JavaScript, popular programming language, to make 2D games. That was okay. Kids enjoyed it. But 20 kids would start, and then the last day we would have 15 kids left. There would always be dropouts. I've been using Roblox Studio for 8 months now, maybe. During this time, I've had 56 kids join on some sort of course, whether it's a 1-day course, 2-day course, or a week-long course. And out of the 56 that have started, it's been 56 that have finished everything and have been there till the end. And we had 22 kids this week, and we had 22 kids on the last day. Which, if you have been in this industry, you know how rare that is. And it's not so much. I think it has something to do with what we're doing differently, but I think it has more to do with just the stickiness of Roblox, because it's just insanely engaging, and the kids live their lives on it. I see some people coming in. Thank you so much for the comments. Sorry I haven't done shout outs. Vincent Kavanaugh, Ellie Matthews. Hey there, Steve-O. Bro, why are you ignoring me? Bad, talk to me. Hey, Steve-O, good to see you. Good to see you. Aravind is on Instagram, and Ulrich is on Instagram as well. Hey, Ulrich, you're one of my students, actually. You know what I'm talking about. And Jacob is here too. And Aritis is here. Hey there. I probably said your name wrong. Sorry about that. Jacob joined. Hey, Jacob, good to see you. Jacob is also one of my students. He's much older now, but he used to be, I think I have known him since he was 7-8 years old, way back, like my first year of teaching kids, which was 2017, 8 years ago now. Hey, Rafid, I saw my picture in one of your ads. Yeah, Jacob, we have used your pictures on some of our ads because we needed, happy kids, and we didn't have new photos, so we had to use the old ones. So yours happened to be the one that I chose for the ads. So I did a presentation today for the parents, and I haven't done a presentation like that before. And I basically made the case that this thing right here, the iPad, which like kids around the world, that's the device they use, right? iPad. There you go. And is this a good thing? Well, sure. It's a great thing. It's a great device. It was introduced by Steve Jobs back in 2010. I remember that keynote. I saw it live on the internet. And it was amazing. Wow. You can touch and you can pinch and everything, right? Amazing. Steve Jobs himself had 3 kids, two younger ones at the time. He was featured in a very well-known newspaper not long after the iPad's release, which means that he had been using the iPad for probably 2 years before that. And the journalist asked, so do your kids use iPad? He says, no, my kids do not use iPad. They haven't used iPad yet, actually. I don't let them use it. It's banned in our home. And when I first read that years ago, I was like, the inventor of the iPad doesn't let his own kids use the iPad? That's interesting. I mean, surely if you've invented the greatest device on earth, You would want your kids to use it, right? I think so. So then that must only mean that maybe it's not as good as we think. Regardless, not long after that, the world goes gaga over the iPad and goes, this needs to be introduced in all classrooms in the world. I was not that old back then. This was like, I'm like barely 19, 20 years old, right? So I'm kind of like, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm a university student. And so I'm not really paying attention, but I'm reading, right? Like iPads, like it's so easy, like so cheap. And now when we do have the data, we find that, in my opinion, the iPad is probably the worst thing to happen to kids in terms of technology, the worst technology to ever be created for kids is iPads. And you might think, well, why are you why such an intensely like negative stance on something so banal, like so, you know, it's just technology. Well, think about it. Think about it. I'm 35. I'm getting old, right? Uh, I'm 35 and I grew up in the 90s and 2000s. Today, if a child wants to watch the Minecraft movie, what do? They take their iPad and they go into HBO Max. I think that's where the movie is. So they go like this, or the Face ID, right? And then they go like on the main screen. It's as easy as possible. They go HBO Max, and they go search there it is. Click done. I'm watching Minecraft movie. From the time I had the thought to watch it till I am already watching it, maybe 15 seconds have gone by. 1 minute maximum. That's it. And I'm watching the Minecraft movie on my iPad. What an amazing world we live in, right? Right, of course. But let's think about what happened if you wanted the same thing 20 years ago, 25 years ago. If you wanted to watch a movie that came out 25 years ago, as a 10-year-old, you would be like, oh boy, wow, okay, that's a really cool movie. I'm going to watch a trailer for it. The internet is super slow, right? So you got to figure out like where to get the trailer, download it, and watch it. Oh, wow. 1 hour has gone by. You're researching the movie. Before you've even seen it, you're reading about it on IMDb and Wikipedia. You're reading about the director and like how they made it and clips on like YouTube or something back then that existed. And then you go, I definitely want to see this movie. So I'm like, but I'm a kid. I don't have any money. How do I get this movie? Well, we have cassettes, video cassettes. Well, how do I do that? Do they have it at the library? I wonder. I'm going to go check. Hey, do you have this movie? No, we don't, because like people are using it already. So you have to come back in 2 weeks. Okay. Where do I go? I'm going to go to the video store and see if they have it. Do you have that movie? Yeah, we have it. Can I have it? Well, it's like $10. Oh, I don't have $10. Okay. Mom, can I get $10? No. What do you need it for? Do you see? Days have gone by. Maybe after 1 week, you have to like work for your mom and do dishes or like do the lawn or something. And then you earn the money and then you go and then you get the popcorn ready and the soda, whatever, or water. And then you can finally watch the movie, and your little brother also wants to watch it, right? Because it's a family event now. And you both are watching the movie after a week's worth of work to get the movie. So that's like 7 days of hard work, and then you get a reward for it, which is the movie watching for 2 hours. How are you feeling at that point? Pretty amazing. I remember that feeling. I used to be the person in my family that did this stuff. Go and get movies in different ways, download it or get it at the library, whatever I had to do. And the whole thing of doing so much hard work and failing and frustration and being bored and all that, and then getting the reward, trains your brain in a different way than, oh, I want to watch the Minecraft movie. Oh, there it is. Click. Nah, it's boring. Now I want to watch do a video game for 5 minutes. I want to watch YouTube. It's like you're getting the thing that you want immediately. You don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate it at all. And when I teach kids now, Some of my older students are here. They're like approaching 20, 21 years old. It reminds me for how long I've been doing this. I even remember my students 8 years ago were completely different than the students now. The 8 year olds, 10-year olds now versus before, completely different because the world has changed during this time. Games were there even 8 years ago, obviously, but they weren't as engaging, as addictive as they are now because all these companies are just, they don't care. We're like, we don't care if it's an 8 year old. We want all of their attention. It's like some guy saying, hey, like maybe it's like unethical to have an 8 year old on our platform for more than 30 minutes. Like, should we like maybe talk about that a little bit? And it's like, no, we have to make more money this quarter than the last ones. Like, how much are these kids playing? Like currently 3 hours. Yeah, like get them to like 4 hours, please, because we need to print more money. Can you do that? I guess. I guess what we have to do, what we have to do, right? I don't know about you, but I don't want to live in that world because we are in that world right now. The smartest people right now are being bribed by the biggest companies to make insane amounts of money to do things like this. How can we addict more people to this super horrible stuff that we do? But the reality is that Roblox is a thing. You might hate it as a parent, but it's a reality. And it's not that by itself Roblox is bad. It's just technology. It's just pixels on a screen. But it's the whole thing around it. It's the whole thing of taking young kids and giving them the stuff that they cannot refuse because their little brains get turned on by, these bright colors and the sound. Same thing with YouTube videos too. So you can't blame them if they want to just watch this stuff or just watch other people play video games for like 10 hours until they pass out because they're too tired. That's obviously what a brain is going to do when it's completely manipulated by its surroundings. But for me, I kind of feel bad because if I'm going to also be one of those tech people that are going to go to Silicon Valley and work at Facebook for, I don't know, $300,000 a year, which is an insane salary, much more than what I'm making now. What am I doing with my life if I'm doing that? Anyone who's doing that right now, who's meant for something so much better, should feel super guilty about what they're doing. If what they're doing is making people like click more ads and that's all they're doing with their life just for the money, you should feel super horrible about that. Because in the process, we're messing up an entire generation. Because all of the stuff that you do as a tech person at the top has effects, trickle down effects. It really affects these kids. It's retraining their brains. I just had a talk with a parent today, and she was very concerned about this stuff. And she was saying that I'm trying to get my boys off of Roblox for a week, and it's like they're getting off of like some drugs, like heroin or something like that. She used that word. I'm sorry to get like because this is important stuff. This is reality, you know, and um, this is the tragedy that this is happening. It's so big that there's even a word for it, right? That the kids are using, like brain rot. If you've heard it, brain rot. What is brain rot? Brain rot is literally like a brain that is rotting from the inside because all it's getting is like carbohydrates. All it's getting is like nonsense YouTube videos that have no meaning and doesn't make you a better person. And all it does is just stimulates your brain. And so you just want to keep watching. It's so big that it has a name now. And they also have like games around that concept, like Steal a Brain Rot, which is one of the most popular games on Roblox. Now you might go as a parent, well, of course, I'm going to ban it then, right? I'm going to ban this thing. They're not going to be able to play a game. Well, it's not solving the problem either, because they exist in a world where gaming is not just gaming, it's their life. It's a complete like social you know like the whole social life is there. Like when you went to the mall when we were kids, I'm a millennial, like after the school, you had things you did, like you went out, you went to the football field, you played some there, you read a book, you got bored for a couple of hours, you didn't know what to do, so you had to entertain yourself. All of that is replaced with this now. This solves all of those problems. And I don't think that's right. That's a horrible thing. And I'm only doing this stream so that maybe more people uh, will watch this and also want to do something more meaningful with their time. I'm not saying that you change your life and do what I'm doing, like spending so much time on this, but I am saying that we have to think about what we are doing to the world. You know, it's got to be more about just like passing time and making money, because the kids are seriously being affected in a bad way. Their brains are being programmed in a horrible way because of this stuff. Yeah. So I hope you are enjoying my rant. As you can see, I'm pretty tired now because I've been working really hard for quite some time preparing for this. But I really wanted to get my like passionate like anger or this energy on camera, because I don't understand why more people are not talking about this. You go to schools and you look at teachers and they're leaving the profession because they cannot handle these kids, because when they are not being entertained by the best and most entertaining creators on the planet, you as the teacher are completely uninteresting to you. Like how are you going to compete with Mr. Beast that has like video editors like making it so that every second is completely rewatchable? And then you have the teacher trying to talk about like, this is what happened 200 years ago in our country. Yeah. Do you want to, are you interested in this? Who our president was back then? What are we even doing? Like, the kids are not even on the same planet. The kids are not even on the same planet as us. And this is the thing that did all of this. This is it. This is the device that needs to go. We have to take this away from kids, and we have to replace it with something, because otherwise they're you need to replace stuff. If you want to compete with something, you can't say that it's bad and just say that you're going to ban it. That has never ever worked in human history, ever. You got to come up with an alternative that is much better. And so they by themselves over time understand, I better do this because that I just feel better, right? So for me, the thing that I'm saying to people, hey everyone, and I see a lot of people joining actually. Good to see everyone. Ahmed joined. Hey Ahmed, good to see you. Prince joined. Prince, good to see you as well. And Logistic Loon. Logistic Loon joined. Hey Logistic Loon. Tomika Marek joined. If you have comments, thoughts, or something like that, feel free to go. I'm gonna just do a couple more minutes and then I should end this. But I just wanted to get this raw emotion there, because I care very deeply about this, because I care very deeply about our kids and that they have a good life when they're our age. Because if this continues, and we already have a generation of Gen Z that also grew up with this, a lighter version of this, and if you search for the problems Gen Z are facing, you don't need to tell me. You can search that up. It's pretty bad. Video game addicted men in their 20s. They spent their entire life playing video games. They feel like they can't. And I'm not saying video games are bad. I like video games myself. But like, if that's all you're doing, you're living a life that is completely isolated from the rest of the world. Um, and the Hey Prince, good to see you. That you're actually watching. Thanks for the comment. So video game addiction, right? And a lot of you might have that, and it's very common, because in video games you have a clear goal. You know what to do, right? The world is messy, and if no one taught you how to exist in this world in a good way, you don't have like brothers, sisters, mentors, or you don't have good connections, you don't have friends, you feel like I'm a loser, right? I feel like a loser all the time. So here, at least I can win because I'm really good at this game. I have 10 years of experience. It makes sense. Of course, it makes sense. And video games are the best. I agree, Prince. It's such a nice feeling when a new video game comes out and you get it and you're excited about it and you play it for like 5 hours and you just get completely immersed in it. I love video games. I don't play it as much now, but I used to more before, and it's amazing. And I want to play it more. I feel good when I play it. But for some people, it's like it's just the only way they can get through life now, because that's the only thing they feel like they can excel in, and that's not good, you know. And that's where we're leading all the kids. That's where we're and that's this is just one thing. It's so many other addictions that come out of this, because you have to cope with this stuff, because humans are supposed to be around other people. Even if you think you're an introvert, you're not supposed to be by yourself all the time. You're supposed to get over those things about, like, I only like being myself. You have to challenge that, and you have to still be with people, because you are a human and you need other people. That's how you can connect with other people. And it's kind of messy, and it's like unpredictable. It's not a video game, right? You can't kind of predict it always. um, you're not interacting with like npcs. It's like an actual other person, right? They might say something to you that hurts your feeling, and you have to deal with it. But we're not teaching these things to our kids, because they just go like, I'm bored. They just go, I'm bored. And so okay, there you go. Bored is such a huge sin. You can't be bored for 5 minutes, I guess. There you go. Because if the parents feel like if they don't do it, they're like, no, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored, I'm bored. Give me an iPad. And then if they don't do it, like, they start doing a tantrum, right? That's not the way that kids actually are. They become that through programming, because they act like that, and we go, there you go. I've had like 10 hours of work. I'm so exhausted. I don't want to deal with you. There you go. This is like a free babysitter, a pacifier. And who am I talking about? Kids? You think we're any better? We're not playing video games. We're on Instagram, scrolling like this, TikTok, YouTube, podcasts. We're all like this. It's not just the kids. I'm like this. We're bored. We go, okay, let's put on a podcast. Or something is coming into my ears. I feel good. Stimulation. So this is the result of billionaires that are power hungry and want to just like have this thing. I want to take over the world because I want people to respect me through that. Mark Zuckerberg is one of them. There's several others, but he's the worst one in my opinion. And as they built the technology, they didn't think, hey, we're having serious problems with young people like being on our platform pretty late. I think we should do something about it, because I don't know if it's like, this is some hypothetically one person, right, on the team. And Mark Zuckerberg very famously goes, does that make us grow? That's what he used to say to everyone, which he was like, genius 19-year-old CEO. Anyone would come to him and was like, does that make us grow? Yeah, but like we're harming we're harming kids. I think this is really bad for mental health. This could lead to depression and like, anxiety, and like, does that make us grow? No, but we're talking about like maybe making it harder for people to use our service at night because they're already using it for 5 hours. So maybe they should get some sleep. Does that make us grow? Does that make us print more money next quarter than now? Because that's all I care about. I'm not going to say this publicly when I do interviews. Obviously, I'm going to be like, we are making the world a better place. But personally, between you and me, this is all I care about. Do you understand? Yeah, I guess. Do you want your 500,000 salary next year? Yeah, I guess. Well, then shut up and just do what I said. If these are the people leading our society, this is the world that they have created. And I think that's really sad. And I know I'm just one person, but if I had 22 kids here and 22, like 44 parents, and I told them all this now at the end presentation, I hope one of them at least thought a little bit about it. Most of them probably thought, who is this crazy guy talking about this stuff? But I've been thinking about this by myself for close to 10 years, and I'm sick of it now. I don't want to stay silent, because I don't understand what's a bigger problem than our kids just going down the brain rot route. During their most formative years, they are just wasting it away playing video games that are just nothing, not meaningful. It's just like flashing lights. It's not like a really good story like Red Dead Redemption or something like that, you know? Or like, Half-Life 2, where that's like well-made game with like a whole like story arc and there's characters that's a different type of thing if you play that a little bit, you know? But just like this all day long, and it's not like some kids doing this, like all kids are gamers now, 100%. I asked all of my the kids I teach, like how many of your kids in your class are gamers out of like let's say 30? They say 30. All of them. How many of them play Roblox? About 80%. What about the others? They play Minecraft or other things. So you're saying everyone is a yeah, of course. So what are you doing on YouTube? You watch a lot of well playing, seeing, watching other people play games. TikTok, same thing. Oh, okay. Prince is saying, but never going out and socializing. That's not good. I love that bit from Mad Men. That girl says I'm bored, and the mom goes, "Only boring people are bored." Yeah, right. It was so cool because this week the kids were like, "I'm so bored. Why do we have to wait so long? Why is it not working?" And they were saying that a lot. So several times I asked them, guys, are you very bored? Yeah. Is it not working? Is it really frustrating to wait for the teachers to come and help you when it's not working by yourself? Yes. And I said, good. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. That's the real world. Welcome, kids, to the real world. I had a bug once that I spent 1 month on fixing. For 1 month, I couldn't figure it out. Have you spent 1 month on this bug? They said, no. How much? 2 hours. Okay, well, that's the real world. No one gives you a perfectly worked out recipe that you follow and it always works like the school does. Follow the recipe and you'll get 100. That's like the farthest thing from the real world. No. And I got feedback from the parents as well. My kids are complaining that there's a lot of waiting. And I took that feedback. Of course, we have to do it better. But that's also part of real life, because these are kids that have never used a computer before. And then you're complaining that after 2 days, this really complicating thing that we're trying to implement is taking a long time to make work for 22 kids that are between the ages of 8 to 12. Of course, it's going to be like that. It's a miracle that anything is working. We were trying to implement so that all the kids could earn Robux money in their game through their game. So they build a thing and they sell it so other people can look how that's incredible. That's like a more advanced feature. So it took like 2 days to implement and properly understand and everything. And that's how it is in teams, technical teams. Things take a long time because you don't know how hard the thing is before you figure it out for the first time. So that feeling also needs to be communicated. And I think we did that really well. This feeling of things not working, and I said that over and over again to the kids. And at the end, they started getting it. I asked them, like, is it really hard? Yeah. Do you like doing hard things? And then at the end, they say, yeah. Because that's how you feel. When you figure something out for 5 minutes and you get it, no, that's not hard. That's easy. You knew that already. But if you can't figure it out for 5 hours and then it finally works, oh my gosh, the dopamine you get based on that is just something else. You feel this high feeling, right? Oh my gosh, wow. You feel it on the top of the world. And that's the feeling you got to give the kids. And adults don't have that feeling that much. And you just do that over and over again. And you just do that over and over again. You just do that loop. Work, frustration, crying almost. Some kids wanted to quit the first day. I want to go home. And then we worked on them and they're happy and they're doing stuff like on the same day. A lot of people freak out when kids start, crying or making a fuss. I don't. No, they're supposed to do that. It's okay. Let them be like that. But try to understand where are they coming from? Where are they coming from? Why are they feeling like that? Sit down with them and then you flip them and it works. And when you see it work, it's like magic. There was a little girl who was 8 years old and she really didn't like the first day. She couldn't make it work. It was first time using the computer. It was really hard. The monitor, the keyboard and the mouse for the first time. So many things going on at once. Frustration. She doesn't want to do it. And she came to me, I don't like this. I want to go home. And then later on she went, My stomach is hurting. Like, really? Your stomach is hurting? Okay, like for 1 to 10, how much? Like 9. Okay. And then I sat down with her for a bit and I sat with her and I said, okay, I understand this is hard, but I'm going to be with you. Are you willing to try like a little bit with me right now? Okay. And then the next day, she's like running up to me and jumping on me almost because she's so excited to see me. So we're giving too much power to the kids based on their emotions in the moment. That's not the way to lead a world. Is like whatever the kids are feeling, I guess you'll just lead the way. No, we're the parents. We're supposed to be in charge. They're supposed to follow us, right? So if they don't like our approach, it's because they don't understand it. So let them be upset with you or frustrated. Let them be that. And then you make them understand through a good framework. How are you feeling now? Pretty good. Was it worth it? Yeah, I guess so. They're still going to go through the same thing 10 times, 20 times, at 1,000 times, they're going to start getting it. Oh, okay, I get this now. There's a little girl that was joining for the second time. She has a YouTube channel. First time she joined last year, it was at 11,000 subscribers. Now it's at 17,000 subscribers. That's not even the most impressive thing. This is a 9-year-old girl making Roblox videos. The most important thing is that she started at 7 years old and she's put out videos every single day. And now she has over 500 videos on her YouTube channel. That's the most important thing, because this girl figured out that I have to just be consistent and put videos out. She just films herself playing Roblox on her iPad, gives it to her parents. They edit it a little bit, put it up on YouTube with a good thumbnail. And like a year into her doing this, it's just started taking off. That girl gets it. And we're not trying to change every kid. We don't have control over that. And all you can do is hope to influence them a little bit and give them a positive experience, inspire them a little bit. But we at least give them a taste of the real world. And some of them go, I like this. I like doing hard things. It makes me feel bad in the moment, but I feel like I create things. And that's why us humans are on this earth, to create, not to consume. We can consume as well, but all we are doing now is consuming because of this, because of the phone, because of these companies putting this amazingly impressive stuff right in front of us like this. We want to go to sleep at night. It's 11 p.m., but we take our phone. I do the same thing. And we go on Instagram or TikTok. And before we know it, 3 hours go by. And we should have been sleeping most of that time, but we're not. But all of the content that we've seen is just like, in the moment, it was very interesting, but it doesn't give you anything. We're all doing the same thing as the kids in different forms. And it's not even our fault. We have been programmed in the last 20 years since Facebook started all of this stuff in 2004. And we have to keep these people accountable. All they do is pay fines sometimes. They have so much money they can buy off anyone, Now, Mark Zuckerberg is trying to have this image of a cool, more down-to-earth type of person, right? He's trying to do the same thing Bill Gates did in the 90s. And it's going to work. It's going to work because people have a short attention span, short memory. But I know what he's done and who that person really is. And if 10 years go by, 20 years go by, and I don't make that much money doing this, at least I can feel good about myself that I tried to do something when all of this was going on in the moment. Because the way we're headed, if this continues, just content and like technology is going on just without any restraint, we're not going to be in a good place. We're already not in a good place. This is already a nightmare. It's already a nightmare that the kids have a zero attention span. But they're spending 5 days with us, and all of that is already starting to change. So it can change. And that's what I'm trying to do here. We're trying to make a system that takes these kids that have this problem that's not their doing or their parents, and it changes them over time. Not all of them, a small percentage of them, but it changes them. It makes them understand. I don't want to be a part of all of this just watching stuff. I'll do that too a little bit, but I want to create because that's what us humans do. We create things. We make paintings and we make bridges and we go out there and we make weapons and we make, hopefully don't use them, but, and we make movies and we make statues and we make people, we make other human beings. That's why we're here. And that's what gives you ultimate fulfillment and purpose in life, creating things, doing things, not just like this, like, in trance, hypnotized by this content. I don't even want to think about the years that I have wasted in my life of just this, like nothing, just like this, watching what other people have made for a second because I don't want to be bored and by myself. What a horrible life. What a nightmare that we're living in. Okay. Thank you so much for all the comments. This was way more popular than I expected. But I just wanted to get all of this on video because I know that I have a lot of ideas in my brain right now that need to come out because it's going to be hard for me to make it come out like a week later. So I just thought I'd record this video and I can use it in videos in the future. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. And if you were resonating with the stuff, then let me know. I always like to connect with people that also think that we are living through a very difficult time. So yeah, thank you so much, and have a great Friday evening. I'm gonna try to do something more fun than work now, and I'm excited about the weekend. So yes, thank you so much for listening and watching, and I appreciate